English Literature Pathshala. Dear students and viewers, I have uploaded my video on prosody. I explained the terms like feet, meter, syllable, etc. So many viewers actually, they and the students also, they text me the message that they are confused about the terms blank verse and free verse. So I thought that let me also prepare one video on blank verse, free verse, rhyme and rhythm. This video lecture is based on that, but this is advisable to all my viewers, to all my students, that before you watch this video, please watch my video on prosody. The link of that video is given in the description box. Now let us start my topic on difference between a rhyme and rhythm, blank verse and free verse. That I will explain with the help of the slides. So I'll start with rhyme and rhythm, then I'll come to blank verse and free verse. Now look at rhyme and rhythm. Now when you recite a poem, then rhyme and rhythm, they play a very important role. Rhyme and rhythm are key elements in a poem. Why are they key elements? Because they add musicality to the poem. Music comes out of this rhyme and rhythm. So musicality, out of musicality, you love the poem. So rhyme and rhythm add musicality to poetry, and you see, because of this rhyme and rhythm, you also come to some basic ideas and imagery also, which runs through the poem. Now, both rhythm and rhyme are what may be referred to as the sound devices in poetry. In poetry, we have the sound devices. Now, rhyme and rhythm can be considered as the sound devices in poetry. Now, what is basically rhyme? Now, you at lower level, you must have seen how children recite the poem "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," and other poems. So two words that end with the same sound are said to rhyme. If two words are ending with the same sound, we say that the words are rhyming. For example, if we say light, if the word light comes at the end of a line and the night comes at the end of the line, so light and night, they are rhyming with each other because they share the same ending. So if light and night, cat and pat, if they share the same ending, so we say that they are the rhyming words. Now, you see, rhyme is often, as I told you, that it is used in poetry in order to give the pleasing effect in the poem, the music in the poem, the melody in the poem, and you can enjoy it more if we have the proper rhyme scheme there, because that lends music to the poem. Now, when we talk about rhyme, now this I'll make another video on the types of rhyme. But when you talk about rhyme, we are talking about the various kinds of rhymes. Sometimes we have the single rhyme, we have double rhyme, we have triple rhyme. So we have the categories of the rhyme. So one is called masculine rhyme that I'll discuss later in another video because that will take time. So we have masculine rhyme, which is called single rhyme. Then we have feminine rhyme, which is called double rhyme. Then we have triple rhyme. I think as the word denotes that triple. What does triple rhyme mean, and what does feminine rhyme mean? I'll explain it later in next video. But these are the categories of the rhyme, types of the rhyme: masculine rhyme or single rhyme, feminine rhyme or double rhyme, triple rhyme, half rhyme or partial rhyme, or para rhyme or slant rhyme. Then we have imperfect rhyme or false rhyme, we have internal rhyme, we have eye rhymes, we have ear rhymes, we have alternate rhymes. So these are the types of kinds, categories of the rhymes that I'll discuss in some other video. But when you discuss rhyme, I have just told you that what is the meaning of rhyme. Just come to rhythm. Now, you see, rhythm is basically the pattern of stressed and unstressed sounds. When you recite a poem, for the rhyme, you're looking at the last word if they are rhyming. Sometimes we have the internal rhyme where the words which are falling in between the line, they are rhyming, but that is the different case. But you look at the final sound, and you say that the lines are rhyming with each other. Now, what is this rhythm? Rhythm is basically the pattern of stressed and unstressed sounds. You are looking at stressed and unstressed sounds. Now, this rhythm is very much there in the poetry, but it is also seen in drama and prose work. For example, when you recite some lines from a piece of drama, then they are also very rhythmic. Now, you see, how will you analyze this? Rhythm can be analyzed by determining, number one, the number of lines of a poem, then the number of the syllables in the line, and then the arrangement of the syllables based on their nature, short or long, and then it's stressed or unstressed. What is this basically? If you remember that I gave my lecture on prosody, then I told you that how this rhythm is based on stressed and unstressed syllable, how meters are decided on the basis of these stressed and unstressed syllable. That is why in the beginning I told you that this is advisable to all my viewers to watch my video on prosody. Now, you can also describe rhythm as the beat or the pace of a poem, because that is based on the stressed and unstressed syllables. Now, these poetic rhythms are measured in metrical feet. I mean, out of the rhythm, you will come to the metrical feet. And metrical feet, I have already discussed in that video. This was the chart which I gave you there, that you have some type, we have the 5 types of rhythm, and these are the actually metrical feet. You have I am, for example. If we have the 2 syllables, first one, this cross sign is for the unstressed, and this slant is for the stressed. So if you have, I have already explained these terms. If we have I am means unstressed and stressed, then this troche, stressed and unstressed, spondy, stressed, dactyl. Now, first 3 are disyllabic, last 2 are trisyllabic. Dactyl, first is stressed, then the last 2 syllables unstressed, then anapaced, just reverse of that, first 2 unstressed, and then the last is stressed. So this is actually, I have already explained all these points in that previous video. Just watch it thoroughly, you will come to know. So we have these 5 types of rhythm, and they are actually the feet which I have just explained. Now, coming to blank words and free words. Now come to look at the word blank and look at the word free. Now they are very significant. Blank and free. One is blank words, the other is free words. Now, often students are confused about these 2 terms, and they use sometimes interchangeably also, and they're confused that what this blank words and what this free words is. So, number one is this, maybe the word blank or the word free has been used in the word, because both blank words and free words are free from rhyme scheme. There is no rhyme scheme in blank words and free words. So maybe verse which is blank as far as the rhyme is concerned, verse which is free out of the rhyme is blank words or the free words. But where lies the difference? Whereas blank verse does have a consistent meter. There is a meter in blank verse, but free verse is free from both meter and rhyme. There is no meter, no rhyme in free words. So how will you explain it? Blank verse means, in the next slide you will find out that blank verse is mostly written in iambic pentameter, or you can say that unrhymed iambic pentameter line is known as blank verse. Means 1 meter is used in blank verse, and that meter is this iambic pentameter, but this is unrhymed, means no rhyme pattern is used there. Earlier you find the formal verses where the rhymed patterns were rhyme scheme was there. For example, you say that A B A B or A B B. This kind of pattern was followed. The first line was rhyming with second, third with fourth, or first with third, second with fourth. So that was actually pattern which was followed in the formal verses. When you come to the blank verse or the free verse, in blank verse and free verse, no rhyme pattern was there. The difference between blank verse and free verse is that in blank verse there is one meter. There is a meter actually which is used, but in free verse there is no meter used. Which meter is used in a blank verse? That is the iambic pentameter, which is used in here. Now, you see, when a poem is written iambic pentameter, I have already explained it. You just go to that video. That video is very important. When I say that this is written iambic pentameter, it means there are five iambs, and five iambs means two syllable pair, and two syllable pair means you see, when you say iambic pentameter, I'm just trying to explain it. Pentameter means 5 feet, 1 foot equal to 2 syllables. So how many syllables will be there in pentameter? 5 syllables. 10 syllables, 5 feet. If you say iambic, means first syllable will be unstressed and second will be stressed. So when a poem is written in iambic pentameter, it means that each line contains 5 iambs. 2 syllable pair means total number of syllables will be 10, and second syllable will be first syllable will be unstressed and second will be stressed. Now look at some history, because there are certain questions which are asked in examinations also. I have seen that in UGC NET examination, and also in some other examinations like PGT and all, we have some questions related to blank words. So we have some factual data here, like this Henry Howard, who was the Earl of Surrey. He introduced the meter along with the sonnet. If you look at the history of the sonnet, so you find out that he was Earl of Surrey who brought sonnet to England. He introduced this meter England now in the early 16th century. Now another example which I would like to give you, the Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton. He used blank words for the first English tragic drama, Gorboduc, first performed in 15th. Very significant. It was used by Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton in the first English tragic drama called Gorboduc. So you will keep it in your mind, because these are the factual informations which you will remember. Now, it was Marlowe actually who developed its musical qualities and emotional power in his plays like Tamburlaine, Dr. Faustus, Edward II. So if you read some lines from Dr. Faustus or some other play, then you find out how musical the play is. So musical quality has been introduced by Marlowe in blank words in most of his plays. And now then I have written it here that Marlowe used it very successfully. I mean, in his various plays, and this use of blank verse is called Marlowe's mighty lines, as I have written here, mighty lines. So this is again a very significant question which is asked in the examination, that it is what is Marlowe's mighty line? So that is the use of blank verse. Now, as I told you, the musical qualities has been adopted by Marlowe. So just take any line from Dr. Faustus. Say, for example, in the last act of Dr. Faustus, when Dr. Faustus was this the phrase that launched the 1,000 ships and burned the topless star of Ilium, sweet Helen, make me immortal with a kiss. So these lines are musical. So that kind of music and emotions that has been infused by Marlowe in blank verse. Now, Shakespeare has also made use of blank verse in most of his plays. When you come to the poets, John Milton, example, you'll find out the Paradise Lost is written in blank verse. I have given these examples because in various competitive examinations, such kind of questions are asked that Paradise Lost is written in which form. Come to 18th century poets like James Thomson, he used blank verse in his long descriptive poem, which is called the Season, and Edward Young also used it in his poem Night Thoughts. Both of them are 18th century poets, and this has been used by William Wordsworth also in his Prelude. I have written Prelude and also the full title of the Prelude, because sometimes in examination it is asked that what is the full title of the Prelude. So it is the Prelude or the Growth of the Poet's Mind. This is the subtitle, Growth of a Poet. This autobiographical epic poem by William Wordsworth, and it was published posthumously actually in 1850. That is also written in blank verse. Again, Shelley's play The Century was also, which was published in 1819, is written in blank verse. And Keats's Hyperion, one of the important poems, is also written in a blank verse. Now, if you look at this important soliloquy, because I have told you that Shakespeare has used the blank verse. So look at the soliloquy of Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer. So you see, if it is in blank verse, so we will have iambic pentameter line. So, and if you say iambic pentameter, meaning is that pentameter means 5 feet, 5 feet means 10 syllables. Iambic means there must be the pattern of unstressed and stressed syllables. So you can count the syllables here in order to find out whether this is pentameter or not. 2, 1, B1, or 1, not 1, 2, 1, B1, that 1 is 1, the 1, question 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2, 11. Now, we have 11 syllables here, but you just count here, you will find out 9 here. So sometimes it happens that in Shakespeare's plays actually it continues in the next line. So though 10 syllables are not there, but the stress is here. If you read it, then the stress will fall on quash. So that you will say that this is in iambic pentameter. Now, if you look at the line from Dr. Faustus, when Mephistopheles says, "Why this is hell, nor am I out of it?" So if you just count the syllables here, so you'll find out that 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 10 syllables here, means pentameter is there. So various writers have used this blank verse, or if you just see the lines from Paradise Lost, you can count the syllables also, and you'll find out the pattern of blank verse, how the poet has used blank verse in his poem. You can count the syllables here. You'll find out the 10 syllables. If 10 syllables are there, 5 feet means pentameter, and the pattern will follow the same, unstressed and stressed. That will become much clearer if you go to my previous video. So that will become, now, what is this free verse? Now, if you just look at the word free verse. Free verse means no meter, no rhyme, as I have told you. Now, in free verse, as I told you, that there is no rhyme scheme and there is no metrical pattern or musical form. So it is free verse because it's free from meter, it is free from rhyme. Now, it is also called verse libre, which is actually a French word meaning free word. This you will also remember that free verse is also called verse libre, which is a French word. Now, in simple terms, you will say that unmetered non-rhyming poetry is free verse. Free verse means no rhyme, no meter. So unmetered non-rhyming poetry is free words. Now, there was a famous statement by Robert Frost, an American poet. He said that, writing free words was like, playing tennis without a net. This actually he said about, free words. Now, you see, pre-verse was very popular in 20th century, and why was it very popular? I mean, maybe if in a humorous sense, I say that if you're not, not following any kind of pattern, any meter, or any rhyme scheme, so your poem falls in the category of the free words. So free words gives actually greater freedom for choosing words and conveying meaning to audience. Actually, you are very much restricted to the proper pattern. In formal words, actually, you are very much restricted to the proper rhyme scheme and the proper meter. In blank words also you are restricted to the meter, but in free words you're not restricted to meter or rhyme. So it gives more liberty to you as for the choice of the word is concerned. Now, major touchstone for free words is leave of. You go to American literature and you just read the poetry of Walt Whitman, who wrote a very important work called Leaves of the Grass, and he is called the father of free words. Now, though the term was not coined by him, but in American literature, 19th century actually, he used free words in his poetry, especially in his Leaves of Grass, one of the monumental work. Similarly, another American poet, Emily Dickinson, she had also used free words in American poetry. Now, when you read American literature, you'll find out that Walt Whitman is generally known as a poet of democracy, and Emily Dickinson is known for the theme of death. Actually, this is another thing which I have told you. Now, as I told you that in modernist era, this free verse flourished, and you'll find out, T.S. Eliot's poem, Ezra Pound's poem. Now, we have the example of The Wasteland, but, the Wasteland actually is a poem which has a mixture of, free words, blank words, and also the rhyming words. But we take the example of, The Wasteland as far as, free words is concerned. And we also take the example of his poem, Love Song of Jailbird Frog, though we have the mixed words there in that poem also. Now, in France, there was a parallel, a poetic form, as I told you, which is called verse libre, and this verse libre actually, which is meaning is free words, and we have the important poets like Paul Verlaine, Charles Baudelaire, Mallarme, and all of them were associated with a movement called symbolist movement in literature. So that is also very significant. If you want to see some important free words poems, so we have like Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. The name of Langston Hughes you'll remember, a very famous African American poet of 1940s, a very significant poet. He wrote a poem, Mother to Son. Theme actually is color consciousness and all that. So we have this poem, Mother to Son. Now read E. Cummings' poem, I Carry Your Heart With Me. This again is an example of free words. Carl Sandburg. These are the examples from the American literature. We have Fog by Carl Sandburg, again a poem which is written in free verse. Tulips by Sylvia Plath. Name Sylvia Plath, I think you'll be knowing, wife of Ted Hughes, one important modern poet. And Sylvia Plath is again sometimes clubbed with Kamla Das, an Indian English poet also, as far as the confessional elements are concerned. So this is out of the context which I told you. So this was all about this free words and blank words, and also rhyme and rhythm. Again, I would like to advise you that go to that video which is based on prosody and meter. That will help you a lot in understanding these terms. Thank you very much.